Let's see. Hello, everybody. I want to do a little update. Jimmy, I was out earlier today, kind of going to visit one of the guys, and I wasn't sure who I'd see. And then I got a text from Jimmy D. Jimmy is right here, and I want him to give a little update because he's taking care of some business here at Social Security. So, and I'm wet because I parked here and then I walked. I always walk, and I got wet. That's why I'm wet. But either way, Jimmy, I want him to do a quick update because I've been telling you about him. Do a little update, Jim. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm staying at Charlie's, and I got my 30-day chip. Look, I show you. I have my I got my red chip.
Oh, I didn't know they gave you one.
Yeah, I got the white one for the Desire, and I got the red one for 30 days.
Okay.
31 days today, clean.
Okay.
And I'm free. Right now.
Now, I want to mention, I'll have Jimmy talk a little bit about it. Because says I was just with him and I said, let's go to Carl and do a video because he's got to wait for his appointment here. But he was on the phone because I guess who called, the lawyer? Or
yes, the lawyer called. One of my lawyers.
This is common. You know, many of my friends have court dates. Austin's got one coming up. Many of my friends have court dates, so it's not real uncommon. I've been with guys and they're calling on my phone. Can I call the DA? You know, stuff like that to see if they have charges. So when I listened to Jimmy, he had, I guess the lawyer was asking him, you have the charge and you got this charge and that charge. And I just wanted to share it because I realized that when people have a lot of that hanging over their head, even though they've been through it before, court multiple times, many of my friends, that's always something that my friend Cameron, who's in jail right now, as far as I know, he had like a 10-year probation. And it always hung over his head because he had a lot of fines to pay. And I said, Cameron, why don't you just, you know, do good a few years ago. And I said, take care of all that. Because he was going to leave with another guy to Arizona. He said, John, I'll never take care of it. And so I just wanted to share. How's the court thing going? What do you got, Jim? You got to wait until...
Yeah, it hasn't been put on the docket yet. And I was supposed to go to court tomorrow. That's when that was the court date that they put on my piece of paper when they gave me my PR bond. I don't believe it how I got out of jail. I stayed up there 3 weeks, and I caught 3 charges, 2 felonies, and a misdemeanor. All of them are possession charges, but it could have been worse. It could have been way worse. I had a.
Tell me about the brother Sammy, the Mexican brother who knew the Word of God and was talking to you when you were in jail.
Oh, Sam! Oh my God!
Tell me a little bit.
Sam.
You in jail?
Yes, I was in jail, okay. And I struggle with reading. I have a 4th grade reading level, and I've never read the Bible complete, and it kind of eludes me. And I'm not really.
Sam was a cellmate.
Yes, and Sam was one of our cellmates, and he used to be a devil worshiper, and he truly worshipped the devil. He used to huff gasoline. He would sniff gas, and then he would after he would all day sniffing the gas, he would drink some of it. He said he ate cactus and black spiders for breakfast, and he has cut marks all over his body. He's just a little ugly little Mexican man.
And he became a Christian.
And he is a devout Christian. He knew the Bible inside and out. And he said, Jim, you don't learn the gospel by reading the Bible. You learn it by hearing the gospel.
Now, when Jimmy told me that, I'm going to share a little insight, being I have the gift of discernment. When Jimmy told me that, I had a feeling that he had kept talking a lot. Because in jail, you don't have a text, you don't have a phone. Mm-hmm. So when Jimmy said, Sam said, you don't learn by reading, I think he was telling Jimmy, shut up and listen to me for a little bit.
Yes.
That was the sense I got.
Yes, it was pretty much take the cotton out of your ears and put them in your mouth.
So he was doing, but he really had a good testimony.
We spent every day in the gym. We pulled off a couple chairs into the corner, and and we did Bible studies all day long for 3 weeks, every day, and it was great. I didn't mind going to jail at all. It was a safe haven, and it was air conditioned, and it was a safe place. There's no drugs there, and I really got a good lesson in the Bible.
Yeah.
And it was really good. It felt good, and I didn't mind being there at all.
Now, your goal, Jim, I've seen Jimmy, even though he's still in Charlie's, he gets out like for appointments like today, and I've seen him a few times. How much longer are you going to be? You're in what's called residential, so what do you got, like 90 days you get to stay, Jim?
No, my caseworker is trying to push me out for whatever reason. I think it's because I told him that all I wanted was 90 days, and I wasn't really interested in their program. It wasn't that. It's just I really feel like if I could get 90 days in someplace safe like that, and also it's air conditioned, and there's 3 meals, and I get a place to stay, and it's safe too. There's some drugs that make it in there somehow, but nobody's walking around asking you if you want to buy some or you want some, and it's given me a chance to build a real foundation of sobriety. And I've been in and out of Charlie's quite a bit the last 2 years, but I really have a good foundation started, and I know what I did wrong last time. I let the man in the mirror. The man in the mirror can really mess you up. You are your worst enemy, just like you can be your worst friend, your best friend. You can also be your worst enemy. And my pride, I struggle with my pride, and well, we're sinners, for God's sakes. We're born to it.
So what kind of, you were thinking when you had a few weeks, how did the pride get to you? Like, I'm doing better?
Well, I was in there 2.5 months. I was 2 weeks to get in my 90 days that I wanted to get. It's a hair follicle. If you get a clean 90-day hair follicle, then you can apply for the work that I like doing in the refineries, which really pays good money.
So you had the 2 months. I remember when you had
2.5 months.
I remember when you had it.
I was 2 weeks to get in it, and the TAs they're the ones that take care of us. They're kind of like the cops. They're the Nazis there, and they're not the counselors or the case workers. They're the guys that actually feed you and take care of you.
Like Andy was, our friend Andy was.
Yes, I guess. I'm not sure who Andy was, but
Andy Martin was. He worked at Charlie's.
Really?
When
Okay.
he was, Andy was one of them.
Well, they're basically the cops or your guard. You know, you go to them for everything, but they can't give you permission to do anything unless you have a permission from your counselor, and then the counselor's got to go and have a counselor's conference. So just to wipe your butt, they have to have a big meeting. It's all about trying to get you to understand that you have to obey the rules.
There's a verse in the book of Galatians that says, Paul says also in Corinthians, when I was a child, I spake like a child, I thought like a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. And Galatians says, the Son, as long as he is a servant, is under the law. He differs nothing. Now, this is a theological thing, but I'm going to apply it. But it says, but when the Son becomes mature, he is no longer under the law. Now, Paul was saying we're free from the law and we're in grace. But applying that, a lot of the guys, you know, when you're 50-something, Jimmy's 56, I think.
57?
57. It's hard to be under other people, especially if they're younger, if the TSAs or whatever. But when people are in jail or in rehab or whatever,
it's institutionalized.
Yes, you got to put up with a lot of that, and that's okay. Give any left. Now, Jimmy, you didn't know about Pop's dying. I told you the other day.
No, I didn't know that Pops had passed, and we were neighbors for a long time, and it really hit me kind of pretty hard. And I still carry his phone number.
Yeah.
And I remember I was I was up in Charlie's, and when I finally got to the point where I could make phone calls, I called Pops a couple times, but he never answered, and I thought that was a little odd because Pops always answered his phone.
You see, Pops like Jimmy when Jimmy's out, He's like not in rehab. He calls, texts a lot, and I never check my phone. I just looked at it now when I got back to the car. There was one missed call, two missed calls, one text. It was old Jimmy. So I know my friends that text a lot, and Pops was like that. He used to call a lot. So you realize that
something was wrong.
Yeah.
I knew right away when he didn't answer his phone. I knew that there was something wrong, and I went to visit him, and nobody was there. And then that's when I saw you, and you told me that he had passed. And he's with Jesus now, and
yes,
he's not in pain anymore, and then we'll all be there soon enough.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I just I'm glad. I miss my friend, of course, but I'm glad that he is no longer suffering.
Yeah.
He was very old and in a lot of pain. I think the cancer came back, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that chemo killed Pops, because Pops was doing so good. Then when they found that spot on his liver, he got those treatments, and he was never better again.
I remember that. He was always sick, and I remember the last time I saw him, he didn't look very well, and he was complaining about he was in pain, and I don't know. I don't want to say what I'm thinking about society, but I sometimes get the feeling that they know what they're doing, and they know that the chemo is going to be really rough on
old men
like that. He just didn't make it.
Yeah. I feel bad. You know, the other day, look, Pops was part of my routine that I do. And, I mean, I didn't think I would. Of course, I'd miss Pops. But then I took my friend John Montgomery, the older guy. John is 70, I think. But I'd take him to the post office sometimes. I said, you know what? Let's go down the old route where I used to visit Pops off Costoras. Jimmy lived on that same street, and that not too far from here. And then I said, well, John, I said, if you haven't been downtown for a while. So we drove the old neighborhood area where I used to work with Pops, even before he lived in the most recent one where he passed away. And I remembered, it was like memories. I said, oh, you know, I don't come down these streets anymore. But so I kind of was having little memories of Pops. Jimmy, we're going to wrap it.
Okay.
Wait, I always have a joke or some type of prank. So I got a special gift for Jimmy. I want you to catch his face. There's a reason I had this gift. I'll tell him in a minute. This is for you, Jim.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes. Where did you find this?
What do you mean? You're on video. Tell me what you mean. This is part of my... Catch his face.
Where did you get this?
It's a gift for you.
This is mine.
What do you mean it's yours?
This is my bandana.
It's a gift for you.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
When did I lose it?
No, he was inside talking on the phone, and I was wet, so he had it in his back pocket, and I picked his pocket. So I cleaned my glasses and all, and that's it. You got to get that was.
You're holding it, buddy.
That was it.
Thank you.
All
this
right.
is very. If you notice, it has flowers.
Yes.
It's not a regular bandana.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the old hippie days when all the hippies
I like
were all about flowers and things of this nature.
He was on the phone while we're in the Social Security because his lawyer had called, and I was wet, so he had that, and I just picked his pocket. All right, say good. God bless to everybody.
God bless you guys, and y'all have a safe
and
week.
Hopefully next time Jimmy's out for good and getting his place and getting established, you'll see me and Jimmy some more on. Like you have in the past. We won't have Pops no more, but we might. I might have a few new people that you'll see down the road. Okay. God bless everybody.
God bless everybody, and y'all just pray for me. I need all the prayers I can get. Okay, so please pray for me, and have a great week.
Okay. Bye bye, everybody.